All right, court is calling 2024 CR 010330, State of Texas versus Galaxy Guerrero Alvarez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Sandra Vargas for the state.
James Seeloff for the defendant.
And are you Ms. Alvarez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with injury to a child elderly disabled with intentional bodily injury, third-degree felony? Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, Your
Do you
Honor.
understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, there's a $1,500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration 2024 CC 736223, 2024 CR 009623, County Court Cause number 731512, and there's an affirmative finding of family violence. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 4 years, that there be 40 hours of community service restitution. There's to be no contact with Alice Martinez and Marina Anzaldúa, anger management, TAP evaluation, follow all recommendations from the TAP evaluation. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Then to the offenses charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, we'll waive PSI, Your Honor.
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
My client is 4 months pregnant at the current. I asked the court to follow the recommendation of the state, which is deferred adjudication in this case. It'll give us a 4-year window of time in order to make sure that she stays off of drugs and stays on the narrow path.
All right, so what's happening with your CPS case?
It's still going. I just finished one class and I'm currently on drug tests and, I'm doing good with those 3 months. And once I, do eventually get out, like I'm still gonna do, those 3 other classes
How
that
many children do you have?
I have 2,
What are their ages?
4 and 2.
All right. So here's the issue with the court, right? I'm going to follow your agreement, counsel,
Thank you. Your
but
Honor.
this is what you need to realize. You already had a CPS case pending
Yes.
and you pick up this case. And according to the person who was trying to help you, you've been drinking alcohol at that time and still using drugs. Do you have any idea what drinking alcohol and doing drugs does to your unborn child?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, let me ask you this, because people say that and they really don't internalize it. Let me ask you this. Your 2-year-old, your 4-year-old, would you let them drink alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Would you let them do meth,
No,
heroin,
ma'am.
or anything?
Mm-mm.
Well, guess what? Your unborn baby, you're giving that child alcohol, you're giving that child drugs. That has to stop. Because I've done CPS cases before and I represented children before.
Yes, ma'am.
And you know what ends up happening when children are born addicted to drugs? They go through withdrawals. Have you ever gone through withdrawal?
No, ma'am. No.
All right, well, let me just explain to you what ends up happening. What ends up happening is babies are in pain because they're going through withdrawals. They are craving what you've been giving them, alcohol and drugs. They have shakes. They are just constantly, it looks like seizures, and they are in major, major pain. So you're going to have to change your ways. If you do not, what's going to end up happening is you're going to lose custody of all your children.
That's
You
fine.
understand? Now, if you don't want to be a mom for them, you can sign your rights away.
No, ma'am. I have all my rights.
All right. So that's what I'm telling you. You had better start looking out for more than yourself, because guess what? Your 2-year-old and 4-year-old, you can't just send them to Travis Park and say good luck to you. And when you are using and you're not clean and sober, guess what? You are sending them to Travis Park and saying good luck to you.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
the equivalent of what you're doing. So you're going to have to change. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. The court is going to sentence you to 5 years deferred adjudication. There's a $1,500 fine. It will be probated. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. Take in consideration 2024 CC 736223, 2024 CR 009623, County Court Cause number 731512. There's to be no contact with Alice Martinez and Marina, Marina, and Zoldua. They're asking for anger management, probation. I really think it's the drugs because it appears that at the time of the offense, she was high on something as well as alcohol. So I'm not going to order anger management now. I'll hold it in abeyance. In probation, if something comes up and you feel she needs anger management, then we'll do anger management.
You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And
Thank
if you
you.
want anger management classes, you let them know.
Okay.
All right, there's to be a TAP evaluation in custody. Follow Rex. And I'm going to want a referral to felony drug court in custody. And counsel, if CPS has them in their drug court program, then I'll reconsider felony drug court. But for now, it's felony drug court. There's going to be 80 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once she completes parenting classes, that will be deemed satisfied. Probation, if you can make sure that there's no overlap between what I'm asking for and what CPS is asking for. CPS compliance. Proof of employment within 40 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. No unsupervised contact with minors. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. Field visits 1 time per month until further notice. And 120 sober meetings in 120 days. Probation, is there anything else she needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, Your
All
Honor.
right, we can go off the record. So here's the thing. This is your chance. Everybody's giving you a chance to be a good parent, to be in your children's life.
Yes, ma'am.
From here on out, whatever you do, you need to be thinking about 2 things. 1, is this something that could potentially result in me going to prison for 10 years?
No, ma'am.
You know, is this something that could potentially result in me losing custody of my children? If the answer is yes, then you should not be doing it. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you need anything, just let the court know.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're
Thank you.
excused. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, on this motion to revoke, what's happening with the allegations within the motion?
We're going to withdraw and amend and alter the conditions, you judge.
That's correct, Your Honor. We're gonna withdraw the allegations or the violations and then the case is gonna be resolved.
And the new case will be dismissed, right?
Yeah, it'll be resolved.
All right, is that misdemeanor?
Yes. Your Honor.
Yes, and County Court 7 impact.
And what are you all asking for with conditions?
Your Honor, we are asking for the defendant to complete it. We are also asking for the defendant to complete the family violence live panel. We're asking her to do the UA hotline for 60 days and submit to UA testing bi-weekly.
All right, why is there a request for UA hotline in all of this? Is there an allegation?
The second allegation is for slip up of usage of marijuana in December of last year.
And that's the only thing, marijuana use?
Your Honor, additionally, in the new case, there was an allegation of alcohol intoxication.
Oh, okay.
Probation.
Yes, Judge.
On this case, is there an updated tab?
No, Judge, the last applicant, 2024, she completed intensive outpatient treatment as well as her parenting class. There's only been one positive UA.
All right. And then is there going to be any no contact orders?
It's her father.
Maybe a no medical or injurious contact order. It's, the alleged complainant is the defendant's father.
All right. So what's going on in your life? What do you need to be successful on this probation?
Just complete my UAs and just follow the orders that my condition.
Well, I mean, do you have anger issues?
No, it's just like me and my dad, like sometimes we bump heads a lot with me and
But you know, a lot of people bump heads, but they don't have criminal charges resulting from that.
and
So are your children placed with you or are they placed with him?
and I live with them.
All right. And you live with him?
Yes.
Is that a part of some type of order that you have to live with him with your children?
Yes. We
All
do
right.
like
Is that Child Protective Services?
it's business. Then business.
Okay.
And Your Honor, I do show that CPS was involved. I do not know the status of that, but we have CPS records, but just in my experience.
Has that been concluded?
Yeah, they did see it already.
So since February 15th, 2026, y'all telling me that CPS investigated and they're done?
Yes, ma'am. We do, but it's
Does somebody want to check with CPS? Because you all are saying no harmful or injurious contact. CPS may say there's not to be any contact. I don't know. Does anybody want
When's the
to?
last time you dealt with CPS and
it
that?
was when it,
The last case? 2 years ago?
yes. That's well, we have to contact my dad because I'm obviously.
Try this. If somebody can pick up the phone, call the prosecutors who are in room 306 and ask them to look her up. The only thing they'll need her name or either her eldest child's name, and then they can tell us what their orders are. And then their orders can mirror what I'm going to do here.
Okay.
Because I
You
don't want to
agree with
set,
that?
yeah, because I don't want to set her up for failure. And counsel, I know you need to be somewhere at 11. So we're going to hold her here. They're going to call and whatever they say over there, that's what it's going to say here. If they have no contact there, then I'm going to enter no contact. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, counsel.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Yes. Just one moment. All right, Miss Abrams. Miss Alvarez, if you'll come forward, please. All right, so this is what I am going to do. Miss Abrams, if we could do a updated TAP evaluation, they want you to do the BIPP course.
Okay.
All right.
Fine.
It is a family violence course.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. I'm not doing the live panel, either they want the live panel or the BIP. And that's a lot for her to do both when she has children. And you said she's completed the parenting classes?
Yes.
All right. So let me ask you this. What's going on with you and your dad that,
It's because we argue about like certain things about me and my kids. Like I said, I'm trying to be as a mother to my kids.
Mhm.
So like, you know, it's been going on since, you know, when I was like 12 now.
Mhm.
But me and him, we did say sorry to each other. So sometimes whenever we do have an argument, we just go our separate ways.
Mhm.
And you know, he's a maintenance at that apartment, so I barely see him. So it's just like I said, I don't know. We just sometimes we have like different boundaries, you can say.
well, here's the thing. Number one, children, they don't need to see that.
Yes.
And they've already had upheaval in their life because you had a CPS case with them, right? So children learn how to resolve issues by watching what other people do. And believe it or not, every time their voices raised every time police are called,
Yes,
that creates instability for your children.
yes, ma'am.
So y'all are gonna have to find a better way to communicate. And anytime you get ready to raise your voice or you get angry, you need to think about what your children are seeing. You understand? So, and they told me you completed parenting classes, so you should know this. So do you need a refresher on your parenting?
No, ma'am, no. I just like made it clear with my dad that like we need to agree in front of the children and we just go our separate ways, and not argue in front of them. So it's a bad choice, yes. And I don't want my kids to even see that, because they're little. And
Yeah.
I understand that completely.
And here's the other thing that you need to realize. In Child Protective Services cases, what ends up happening when grandparents, the children are placed with them, they become their parents. All right. And so they're still in that mode and you got to respect that.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.